Hi guys, let's make this top together. So the first thing you need is your basic top pattern, which I've drafted in. The second thing you're going to do is to determine your neckline. This is a street out neckline, okay? So I'm using 4.25 for the upper part of my neck width, and this part that is going, this is where I'll be cutting out that twisted yoke. I'll call it a yoke, okay? So I'll be, this place is wider than this upper part, so I use 4.75 for this part, okay, because it is wider than this upper part altogether. So the next thing is you are going to determine your neck depth. It depends on how open you want it, but for my client she wants it open, so I'm using 10.5 for my neck depth, and I also determine where I want my yoke to start from. So as you can see in the picture, you can see that the yoke is not it started around 6 inches thereabout. So I used 6 inches for this. Can you see? So what I did was to connect my neck depth to that 6 inches and connect it to my neck width at the upper part. So I'll use my marker to do that now so that you can see. I decided to make the down part of the neck wider because my client wants it to be open. So I make the upper part to the down part to be wider than the upper part. Now, this is what we have. So after doing this, the next thing is to extend this street out neckline that I was bringing from this place, this line here. I'm going to extend it towards the arm so that we can create our yoke. So I'll just connect it the way it is. You can see that this is not straight. So I follow the shape of the sweet out neckline that is coming from the neck depth here. Okay. So after doing that, we are going to be cutting this out. This is what we are going to use in order to create that twist around the arm. Okay. But let's leave this aside now. Let's come to the down part. Now, for the down part, as you can see that the length of the top is asymmetric. It is not equal. Now, this is my main length for my top. Assuming I'm doing a straight top, this is the length, okay? So I'll be extending the length by, let's say, 5 inch. Let me do 5 inch first. Let's see what we are going to have. Let's do 5 inch. That should be the least so that I can have that shape. So I will measure 5 inch. Let me measure it here. Okay. So I've extended the length of my top by 5 inches. Okay. So I'll now, so in order to create the opening there, I'll go up from the length of my top. That is the main length. Oh. I can go up by 3 inches because I don't want it to be too open. You can do 3.5 or 4. For me, I'm doing 3 inches. Okay. Because by the time I will add the button, now let's add button. Now I'll be adding one button here and I'll be adding one button here. So the button is will be almost at my half length because this is my half length line. Okay, so I don't want the button to get to exactly my half length. It should be almost at my half length. That was why I came up by 3 inches. It depends on your measurement. You can do 3.5, you can do 4 inches, and it's better for you to use a smaller measurement first. And if you see that it's not giving you what you want, you can still cut it more. Okay, so I'll mark this place like so, and I'll come to the 5 inches point that I marked here. I'll come out by 1.25. So by the time we open it up, we are going to be having 2.5. Okay. So I'll connect the 1.25 points to these 3 inches I came up with using my curved ruler. You can use your straight ruler to whatever ruler you have is fine. Okay. So I'll be connecting it like this now. So this is going to give us that opening. By the time I open this place up, this place is going to be 2.5 inches. So after doing that, I'm going to connect this point, this 2.5, this point here now. I'll connect it to my side seam at my normal length. That is my top length. This is my top length, right? So I'll be connecting this point to my top length at the side seam. Now, if I want to do that, you can just decide to do it this way, from this place and connect to this place like this. Let me use pencil for that so that I can do the alteration I want and you see it clearly. Okay. Now, this is it. You can make it this way, but I don't want to make it this way because we are still having what we have is too much. So what I'm going to be doing, I'll be coming in by, let's say, 1 inch from the side seam at my top length, 1 inch. Now, from that 1 inch point, I'll connect to this place. Okay. So I'll use my pencil to do it. You can use your hand to do this in order to get the shape you want. I'll use my pencil to connect it first, then I'll use my marker so that we can see. So is this second line I'll be cutting out now. So I'll go ahead and cut it out and show you what we have. Now this is what I have after cutting out. Can you see? I'm not really satisfied with this place. Now, if you notice that the pointy edge is not really obvious, so I want to be obvious. So there are two things I can do. I can either extend this line by 1 inch or reduce this place here. Okay, so let me reduce it first and see what we have. That it is better for you to use your free hand to create the shape there. Okay, it is always okay to use your free hand to create the shape so that you'll be able to adjust and control the shape. So I'll cut this out. I'm not going to cut too much so that I will not spoil my pattern. Let me see what I have. Okay, you can see that this one came out. This sharp edge came out more. And for this one too, okay, I'm not going to be adding seam allowance here. So by the time I take it in by, let's say, half an inch, so you can see now that it is more wide. Yeah, this is okay. Now I'll go back to my neckline. I'll cut out my neckline like this. So the neckline depends on you. It's not necessary you make your neckline as wide as mine. Okay. So I'll cut it through like this as if I'm cutting the yoke. Like when we cut our normal yoke now. Then I'll cut out this part. So this one is what you are going to be using to make the twist. Okay, so I'm going to mark neck. This is my neck side, and this is my armhole. So it is very necessary to label it. Okay, and this is the upper side. So I'll be cutting this now on another fabric. And if I want to cut this on another fabric, I'll be making it longer because by the time we finish twisting, if I cut this same size, by the time we finish twisting, it's going to be short. So I will be cutting a longer fabric. So by the time we twist it, it's going to give us this exact measurement. Hope that is clear. So I'll do that now and show you what we have. So I'm gonna have to cut it out. This is what I have. So this is what I'll be able to cut out the twist as around the shoulder. Now we are going to be slashing this place now in order to spread to have a pleat. So what I'm going to do is just I'll divide this into four. I want just four pleats. One, one, two, four. Yes. So I will divide it into four. I will extend it towards downward like this and just extend it anyhow. Then I'll slash. I'll be slashing this now. One, two, three. Okay. So after flashing, I'm going to be spreading it on another pattern paper so that we can have fullness where we are going to pleat. Okay. So I'm still going to slash it downward a bit so that we can spread it. So let me do that. Let me slash it downward a bit so that we can see, so that I'll be able to spread it. The spread is just a little, okay? You just need to have all those tiny, tiny pleats around. That's it. So I'm going to be spreading it by, let's say, 3/4 of an inch. So I'll spread it and I'll show you what we have. So I'm gonna to add another pattern paper and spread. This is what I've spread each lines by 3/4 of an inch because I want those pleats to be so tiny. So by the time I finish pleating them, it's going to be less than half an inch. Okay. So that is after pleating. That is when we are now going to join this one back to it. Okay. So we are going to join this one back to it. But this one would have twisted it by that time. Hope you understand. So you can see that it's laid very well like this. But if I open it up, it's not going to lay. So never mind. By the time you make your plate, it's going to lay back. And you have to add your allowance accordingly. Okay. So I'll go ahead and cut this. Now for you to cut this in order to give you the twisted part, you are going to be adding 1 inch to the down part and 1 inch to the upper part aside your seam allowance because by the time you twist it finish, so that it's going to make up for this size. Okay. Now, you know that this is our yoke. Okay. So I added 1.5 here. That is, I extended this paper, this our yoke by 1 inch plus half inch for seam allowance. And I did the same here, extension of 1 inch plus half inch for seam allowance. Okay. And I added my half inch for joining allowance here also to the side, both the neckline and the armhole area. So the extension of 1 inch I did here is for, so that by the time we twist it, we are going to be having this measurement back. If we did not add that allowance, that extension, by the time you twist it, it's going to be shorter. But with this extension, now by the time you twist it, you are going to be having this length back. Oh, that's clear. Now, for this place, you know that the armor came in a bit here, around this place. So what I did is, I just measure 1/2 inch here, and I measure 1/2 inch here. I joined them together. I did not measure 1/2 inch here. Let me measure what I have here. I know this is going to be more than half an inch. You can see. So this is like 0.75. So it doesn't matter. By the time we twist it, it's going to be okay. Because at the end of the day, we are not going to be joining the sleeve to this part. Because by the time we twist it, this center here is going to look smaller. Okay. So we are not going to be joining the sleeve to this part. Oh, that is clear. So this is what I'll be cutting out on my fabric. So I'll be cutting out 4 of these, 2 for each side. Okay. So now I'm gonna have to split out the excess I have here. You know, with this slash and spread. So I'm gonna have to split it out on both shoulder. And I'm gonna have to turn this on both. So I'm gonna have to join both sides, okay? This is, let's call it our yoke so that we can know what we're talking about. So I'm gonna have to join both sides. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be twisting it now so that we can have the twist at the center like this, okay? So this is my wrong side, I've marked my wrong side, and this is my right side. This is my arm side. I've already used to identify it. So I'm going to be twisting from my wrong side, right side. Now I've turned it to the right side now, and this is my arm side. So I'll twist like this. One, then I'll twist two. So by the time I twist it the second time, you can see that this is the arm side, this is my pin, and this is the pin. They've already come together to the same side. Now we have our twist. So this is the twist. Can you see? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be securing the twist down with a pin. I will secure it down with a pin. Afterward, I'm still going to be tacking it down. So I will secure the twist down with a pin so that it's not going to shift. So I think I still need one more pin here. So I'm going to add another pin. Okay, can you see now? So we cannot shift now. So until after joining everything together, that's when I will start it down and remove the pin. Now I will take my main body, which is the front bodies. Now this is my arm side and this is my right side. Okay, so I will locate where it's supposed to be. So this is going to be here. This is my arm side and this is my right side. So it's not that I'm here to join the neckline. So I will leave space for joining for the neckline in order to join turn the neckline. Then I will join. So before I join this part here, we are still going to be joining the sleeve. So I'm going to open this part up. I said that we are still going to join the sleeve with some part of the strap. It's only that place that is twisted that we are not joining the sleeve. So let me just open it up a bit like this. I'm still going to open it up more. Okay. So now I'm going to be leaving a bit of space here for the next line joining. Okay. So I'll go ahead and join it together. Right side facing right side like this. So that's our joining. Okay. Now look at it. We have our twist now. From this point here to this point, we are going to be joining the split twist. So I'll mark this place now. So I'll be leaving it up to this place. And from this point here, we are going to be joining to the back shoulder. To this point where our twist started from, I'll mark that place too. So I'll be losing it from here to here and losing it from here to here so that we'll be able to join the split to it. So you need to first of all turn it first, okay? So that you're not going turn so that it will be neat, okay? You need to turn it first. You need to turn it first so that it will be neat. So after that, you determine where your twist is going to be before you now losing it up to where you're not going to be joining the split to, okay? So I'll move this thing now. So I'll notch it inside so that it can be separated. I'm going to be notching it inside. Okay. Now, this is it. This is what we have. So the sleeve, I'm joining the sleeve from here to here and from here to here. This part here, we are not joining the sleeve to it. So I'll be finish up this part of the sleeve by any knit. I will add any gum to it.
So after joining, I'll be adding my lining to the neckline in order to close it up. Then I'll be closing up the shoulder part, this part in, so that it will not show. So I'm done here. I've added my dart. I've added the zipper to the back. So the next thing is to join the shoulder of the front and the back together, and I will join my side seam. After joining the side seam, I'll be fixing my sleeve. As we all know that the twisted parts are the front bodies, we are not going to be joining the sleeve to it. So that particular place, I'll be using my hemi gum to finish it up, while the upper part and the lower part, I'll be joining my sleeve to it. If you find this helpful, please like, follow and share. Bye.